Jörgelt kívánok, hogy vagy? Jó? Start of another day. And look at the view. You see? Isn't that something? What a view to wake up to. It's actually rather cool. There's a rather cool breeze coming off of the water, but it's nice. And I've got to be quiet, because I don't want the neighbor, yelling me to shut up over there or anything like that. But I wanted to share with you this view. So let me turn this around here. So here's my view, folks. Look at this. All this as a result of doing my drone shot. Isn't that something? I came out here about 2 weeks ago, trying to beat the sunset, and wanting to do a drone shot. And the drone shot I did, and that drone shot, little did I know at that time, but that drone shot would end up waking up to this view right here. Isn't that something? So there is my a drone shot. The marina is the marina's right over there, but it's cold out here, and I'm gonna go inside and oh, wait a moment. Hang on a second. I forgot. I think I forgot. Hang on a second. Hmm. Oh boy, that's good. That's really, really good. Mm. Let me give you let me give you a little tour of the place here, if I may. So here's the Barbie. You see, tonight, it's fish and chips night here in Australia, but I think I'm going to forego the fish and chips, and I'm going to go for some steak and shrimp. I'm going to put some steak and shrimp on the Barbie tonight. And let me show you the place. The place is nice. It's very, very nice. I mean, it's a little bit. You can tell that this, some years ago, but I mean, considering the arrangement, that I have, with this place, how can you, how can you beat it? I've got my office set up. The Wi-Fi is incredible. The Wi-Fi is absolutely exceptional. There's my living room. There's my living room. Wonderful TV. Last night I sat down. I came back from a walk last night, and I sat down and I turned on Netflix, and I've been watching the show called The Crown. And look at the view. You see. So I've been watching a show called The Crown on Netflix, and it's just a rather fascinating. I find it from a historical perspective. I find it to be absolutely fascinating. But anyway, so here is there's the marina at night. You can see here at Soldiers Point. There's the marina, and oh, my dad would have loved this. That probably would have been the first thing that my dad would have made a comment about if he would have walked in here. My dad would look at that boat, that model of that boat, and my dad would have made a comment about that. I'm sure that he would have said something about that boat there. But and then come down here, I've got just all the fixings of home. See, I've got everything there that I could possibly need. My washing and whatever, ironing board. Here's a here's a guest room over here, a couple beds. There's another guest room or bedroom here. Let's see, I don't know what this is. So there's a bathroom, walk-in shower, big bathtub, big bathtub and jet. So there may not be a jacuzzi here, but you got this. And then And then over here, of course, you got a bathroom, and then this would be my my master room. And again, this is an older building. It's older apartments. I don't know if I made the bed, but you can see, you got older wallpaper. There's a bathroom in there, but not bad. I mean, I wish I could tell you that I was staying here. I wish I could tell you that I was staying here longer than I am. Just 2 nights, staying here a couple nights, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna complain at all. But anyway, hmm, let me turn the. Isn't that a nice view? I think that I turn this around. I don't know if I'd catch that view in the background. Let me see if I can actually turn this. No, I'm not even gonna bother. But anyway, so there's. Hmm, I'm gonna try not to be too long with this video, but I gotta tell you, last night, last night was a challenging night for me in so many ways. It really, really was a challenging night for me. And they say that when it comes to the things in life that are the most stressful, moving, moving is one of the most stressful things that people will experience in their lifetime. People moving is always a challenging thing, and God knows that I've had my share of moving over the years from one place to another. But moving is always stressful, and I tried to keep that in mind last night as I was struggling with my emotions and my feelings. I tried to keep that in mind that I had just moved from the comfort of where I was for the better part of 2 weeks with lorikeets feeding out of my hands and what have you, and come over here, and albeit this a beautiful beautiful place with a magnificent view. um, it's still a new place to me. I'm still moving, so you're going to have that element of stress, if you will. But really, what triggered me yesterday was I wanted to eat tonight, and I'm in a new neighborhood called Sam. It's about a 30-minute walk, and I figured 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. That'll be a good hour walk for myself, because I try to walk every night. And so I went out last night, and the weather was a little bit dreary. It was a little bit misty and a little bit overcast. The moon was kind of partially coming through the clouds. And as I walked along, there was a mix of a small business there, little apartment. I walked along, there were stretches of these beautiful homes. You could tell just by looking up at these homes, there were these beautiful, beautiful homes. And I'm looking up, and I'm looking as I'm looking up at these homes, I'm seeing the lights on. I'm seeing big TVs on. I'm seeing people, sitting at a dining table. I'm seeing people in their homes. That's what I was doing. I was walking along, and I just, for the first time in this entire trip, for the first time in this entire almost 4 months now, I was lonely. I was lonely, and I was homesick. For the very first time in 3.5 months, I found myself being lonely and homesick. And as I looked up at these homes and I saw, the lights on, and I saw, people sitting on sofas and watching, whatever it was, I couldn't help but to think of my home back in America. And I missed it. And I found myself wishing I found myself wishing that I could just, with the blink of an eye, find myself sitting on my sofa, channel surfing on my big TV, looking at the remote controlled candles, and looking over at the piano that I bought and wondering when I'm going to sit down and start learning it and what have you. And, as I found myself wishing that in the blink of an eye I could find myself back home, that's when the reality sinks in. That's when the reality sinks in that I'm on the other side of the world. And for me to in your head, you visualize that. You visualize Florida, on the globe, and then you visualize Australia on the globe in your head. And it really comes home as far as it really sinks in as far as just how far removed you are from your home. And it's really, really challenging. It can be really, really challenging at times, when you're on the one side of the world and you find yourself feeling a little bit homesick. But anyway, so then I came home, I came back to where I'm staying. I came back to where I'm staying, and as I often do, as I crawled into bed, and I probably shouldn't, as I often do, I opened up Fox News. And there was a little excerpt there from Tucker Carlson. For those of you that watch Fox News, you probably know who he is, Tucker Carlson. But Tucker Carlson kind of stepped in for Bill O'Reilly when Bill O'Reilly left Fox News. But you'll probably not find a greater commentary, more insightful, and thought provoking than you'll get from Tucker Carlson. And I thought to watch his commentary last night. And I put a link in the description of this video, and I challenge any of you out there. I challenge any of you, left or right, white or black, whatever it is. I challenge any of you to watch that video. And as I watched that video, it wasn't as much the message that he was communicating that was resonating with me. It was the images that I saw. It was the images of what I saw that my country has become, that my home, the same home that just a short while ago I had found myself wishing I could just in the blink of an eye be back sitting on my sofa watching TV. And I watched these visuals, I watched these images from this story. And again, I challenge you to watch this video. And as I'm watching the visuals, there were a couple things that stuck out to me. One was this poor healthcare worker who was surprised by what I'm assuming was an African American man. And he startled her and then kind of politely suggested or asked her to get on her knees. And once on her knees, he suggested that she apologize. And I thought, is this home? Is this the home that I just found myself thinking I want to blink my eyes and go back to? And it saddened the hell out of me, almost to the point that there were tears in my eyes last night as I was on this sleep. It just saddened the hell out of me. And I resolved to myself right there. I thought I can't. I'm not getting on a plane and going home to that. I'm I and I really struggled with it, and I'm struggling with it as we speak right now. And I resolved myself. You know what? I woke up this morning. I didn't open the news. Nothing. And you know what? I'm gonna do my best to try to remove myself from it. I know what's going on. I know what's happening. It kills me. It breaks my heart. But there's not a lot I can do about it. And other than just, I just want to, like I was talking yesterday, I think it was yesterday in the video, how I just want to find that little place somewhere out in the country, that the world could go to a hell in a handbasket and I wouldn't know it, and what have you, and you know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know that this will be my I don't know that this will be my last broadcast for a little while, but I'm gonna take I need to take a break. I need to take a break. I check out of this place tomorrow. I check out of this place tomorrow, and I was poking around. I was poking around. The better part of I've got the better part of 400,000 points, and I was poking around on. It's kind of interesting on my points program. I use Chase. I can type in a date range, like say I want to find a place from Monday the 8th to Friday the 12th or whatever it is, and I can search by a map. I can search by a map, and what's interesting is, that last place that I stayed in, that two-bedroom apartment, I got that place for 3,500 points a night, which is the equivalent to about $60 a night. And as I was looking at my map last night, it was quite interesting. I could just move the map around to different parts of Australia, New South Wales, where I'm at. I could just move the map around and hit search this area. And as I do that, as I hit search this area, you see little markers on the map, and they give you the rate of how much it is a night. And what I figure is, I shouldn't have a problem finding a place. I don't think that I'll have a problem finding a place somewhere, somewhere somewhat removed from it all, and just finding a place where I can go out and look up at the stars at night, not tune into Fox News, not whatever. And it's just I just find myself thinking that's what I need. That's what I need right now. I just need a break. I need a break from it all. And it's gotten to the point, I'm sorry to say, and you can say stay optimistic, say stay positive, have hope, things are getting better or whatever. What I saw in that video last night is a representation of a society that has problems that go to its very core. And those problems are not going to be solved anytime soon, if ever. And it's tough. It's tough. It's tough realizing that. It really is. When you look at those images, and those images are representative of a society that's coming apart at the seams. Your society, your home. It's boy, it's challenging. It really, really is challenging. And I gotta tell you, my heart goes out to anybody that's watching this, that's back there, that's living it, day in, day out. and you may not be in the midst. You may not be in the middle of it. I've got a family member. I've got a family member that's about a mile from all that crap that's happening in New York. About a mile, maybe not even a mile. I got a family member that every night's got to lock his door and go to sleep at night, probably listening to sirens and gunshots and percussion, whatever. Um, and it's just I think about that, and I think about where I'm at. I think about where I'm at, and maybe it was God's favor. Maybe a knock on wood, but maybe it was God's favor that I decided to get on that plane February 8th, with the destination of Brisbane, Australia. Um, I don't know. Time will tell as far as all that's concerned. But anyway, so those are my thoughts, folks. I don't know what in all likelihood, I will continue to do the vlog and the video and all that type of stuff. But if I don't do videos for a little while, okay, it's not because I'm not okay. It's not because I'm not okay. It's not because of any other reason that I'm just taking a break. I want to go find that little place in the country. I want to go find that little place in the country where I can sit outside at night and look up at the stars and reconnect. I used to do that all the time. I used to. There's a piece you can go on. You can search this on YouTube. I believe it's Kenny G. Just go on YouTube and type in Kenny G and search the piece by Kenny G called "Forever in Love." Do that. Maybe do that after you watch the excerpt from Tucker Carlson. But just search for Kenny G "Forever in Love." And I used to every day I used to go up to a cross in front of a church in Euclid, Ohio called Holy Cross. And I used to go up to this church every day, every morning when I was remodeling my dad's home and I was going through a tough time in my life. And every morning I would start my day and I would go up to this cross and I would sit Indian style, palms up. I would bow my head and I would listen to Kenny G "Forever in Love." And for the duration of that piece, whatever it is, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that, I would talk to God. I would pray to God for the duration of that piece, Kenny G "Forever in Love. And, I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't done that. There was a time in my life where I was so connected with God. And you kind of stray, relationship. And last night, as I found myself going to sleep, I thought to myself that maybe it's time to reconnect, and not that I ever disconnected from God, but maybe it's time to reconnect with God in the same way that I used to some time back. But no news is good news. Yeah, no news, no news is good news. Isn't that the truth? But anyway, so with that being said, I need to get on with my day. The one thing I may not be able to control what happens in the world, but I can control to some extent what happens on that computer back there, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to enjoy this view. I'm going to enjoy this view. I'm going to go do my work. I'm going to go do my work for the rest of the day. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to go down and get some steak and shrimp to put on the Barbie. And then I'm going to come back tonight and I'm going to watch a little bit of TV on this big screen TV right there. I'm going to watch the Crown on Netflix. I don't know what episode. I think I'm still on season 1, but that's what I'm going to watch. So anyway, with all that being said, I hope you all have a good day and take take good care. All right, bye bye.